Hello and welcome to another creation video. I don't have a hair curler, so I usually like to do a little twist around a headscarf as a heatless curls method. What I wanted to try though was making my own little hair curler rollers. I present to you two pieces of cardboard that I have been hoarding for probably a year now. Yep. So they're the really sturdy kind, which I hope will be a little bit more resistant to being wrapped up, and I plan to chop it into several segments, cover them to make them a bit more decorative, and give it a go. My hair is very overdue for a wash because I knew I wanted to make this video this week, so I postponed washing my hair. So apologies for a very greasy hairdo today, but I promise by the end of the video it should hopefully look a little bit better. So without any further ado, let's go over to the table and start making some hair curlers. Welcome to the other side of the same room. Yes, we live in a granny flat currently. I was just sitting over there. Now I'm here for the crafting segment. Got a bit more space for some crafting. It's not much, but we endeavour. I have my trusty tubing that's going to be chopped up. I think I'm going to get 9 pieces out of these tubes, and that kind of, having an odd number kind of works because I can do 4 on each side and 1 in the front. I don't know if that's how it will turn out. We're here to try something new and learn from the experience. Something serrated would have been so much better for this project, but I don't have anything serrated that I could use to chop them, so I've got a combination of a knife and 2 different scissors. So I'm hoping that once I score it enough, it'll kind of just come apart on its own and I won't have to do too much chopping. We'll find out. I'm thinking it's going to need to be a little bit waterproofed because otherwise they're just going to get soggy every time I wrap my damp hair around them. I have tons of this gold fabric, which was some curtains I bought for a party that was gold themed. And I actually turned this into kind of a Hollywood style halter top, which was alright for my first attempt at anything like that, and the fact that I was hand sewing it without any experience, it was okay. But anyway, I have tons of this left over, so I was thinking maybe now's a good time to use it. My other option is to use some cotton fabric, which I also have lots of offcuts. I'm not sure. I'll decide on the fabric later, I think. First things first, I'm going to start, hopefully, cutting these into even segments. I'm going to get a chopping board. You know me. I like to eyeball things. Okay, not yet. It's working! It's working! Yes! Okay, so definitely some shoulder and wrist work needed to get through, but surprisingly it worked. Haha! I have now got 9 of these little segments. The next step is waterproofing them. As you can see by this very sad box, we don't use cling wrap pretty much at all anymore. We've had this roll for probably a year and a half at least. So to use something I've already got and is just sitting there not being used, and to make these last even longer, I'm going to add 1 layer of cling wrap, and then I will cover it with some nice material to make them pretty. To keep this project really simple, I'm just going to use a hot glue gun to attach both the plastic layer and the fabric layer. Okay, plastic time. I've got my trusty short corded glue gun plugged in. For the cling wrap, I'm hoping I can just use 1 layer, basically just covering the outer layer and then tucking the end inside and gluing that in place. Hopefully it just works. Wouldn't that be nice? I've got my cling wrap cut to size. It's wrapped around the tube once with a little bit of excess on either end. What I think I'll do is just add a ring of glue on the inside of the tube, poke the cling wrap in to press it down, and also add a seam along here. Just move these out of the way. That was smart. Okay. Adding a line of glue, just a really thin line. It's not going to need much to hold it all. Going to roll it in place, hopefully nice and tight. Pulling it tight, pressing it down. Now, I've got to get in here without melting the plastic as I go. Okay. So you can see I've just tucked it inside the tube. Just be careful, if you've got a really hot glue gun, this plastic will melt when it touches the glue. So just watch your fingers. So the waterproofing is done on the first segment. Now to repeat this process on the other 8 pieces. Okay, last one. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be fun to clean up. Oh. That's a delightful sound, isn't it? The last curler is finally wrapped. I've decided to go for gold. Why not? So now to just measure each bit of fabric up and start gluing it on. Why are they so useless? Oh my gosh. Where are my other ones? Much better. Gosh. So we're doing the same thing again, rolling this up inside the fabric, gluing it in place. Hey presto. That's about it. To stop it fraying and to just make it look just that little bit nicer, I'm going to fold the end and glue that down before I glue it to the roll. Oh my gosh, there is so much stuggy stuff in here. It is like Shelob's lair. Oh my gosh. You can see the writing on the tube just a little bit, but that doesn't really matter. They're just hair curlers. I'm only going this far because I want them to be pretty. Problem. I'm just going to slice into the fabric just a little bit because it's not as flexible as the cling wrap was. Now I can add the glue and push it all inside. I forgot how much this fabric frays. Maybe I should have hemmed it first. Oh well. This side didn't go as well. Sticking to my fingers more than it's sticking to the fabric. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but I think it might work. It's a good prototype for potentially doing this again in the future. Now to make the rest of these look like this, then we're ready to put them to the test. Let's go! Goodbye!
But when will I see you again?
Oh, never! Never!
Never?
Well, maybe someday.
So this is my hair before the curlers. It is in desperate need of a haircut, I know. So obviously it is in desperate need of a wash, but this is what it's like before the curlers. I do have naturally curly hair, but because it's quite long, the curls get pulled quite straight. So I like to curl my hair to put them back in again. So I'm just going to wash my hair with some shampoo and conditioner, then let it dry until it's only just damp, and then we can try the curlers. My hair is washed, now it's time to wrap it up in a little towel turban and let it dry. Flip it over. Okay, so my hair has been wrapped up for about an hour now. So I'm going to quickly do a gentle comb through and then start rolling up my hair. I've only got bobby pins as a way to hold them in place, so hopefully if I put enough in, they'll be strong enough to hold the rollers. They're quite hefty chonkers, that's for sure. Freedom! they're in. Now to just let this dry for as long as possible to hopefully get it to work. I haven't put any product in, so I am a little bit skeptical on whether it's going to hold or not. But if I try and let it dry completely before I take them out, I have half a chance, and I might even put a little hairspray in as well. I'm going to wrap these in a little headscarf to stop them from moving around too much, and then I'll check in again later today. Well, I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards, but I kept them in overnight. They've loosened up a lot and there's a lot of strands that I have no idea where they're meant to be. But we're going to start taking the rollers out and see if there are any curls. Okay. There is some curl. It's very messy. Hey, my hair's curly. I might spray each one a little bit once I've taken it out and just pin it up again just to hold it for a few seconds to hopefully solidify those curls. We'll see. Forgot about the one in the front. Well, it's not the neatest looking job, but my hair is curly. I'm going to let them sit for a little bit to see where they want to fall and how much they lose the curl. But yeah, I mean, it worked. They're the nice kind of bigger curls, which is really hard to achieve with long hair when you don't have a curler. So yeah. Oh. Random bobby pin. There's probably 10 more in there I haven't found yet. Here we go. Curlers work. Woo! What a relief. The curlers themselves turned out quite well. They were quite fiddly trying to get all the layers stuck down, but I think they turned out alright. I'll be keeping my eye out for another tube so that I can make some more of these, because I think the curls would turn out even better if I had more than 9. I hope you enjoyed this fun experimental project, and I'll catch you on the next one. But in the meantime, you know the drill. Like a video to feed the creator for a day, subscribe to support them forever. Until next time, stay creative. And cover them to make them a bit built. Just as an extra little just dropped my comb in the toilet. Oh. What? Ugh.